Hello everyone, welcome back to another review of the market. This one will be another quick one, but yeah, so let's get into it. This is what I was looking at. No news today on Friday, so looking for setups at around 9 a.m. This was something I was paying attention to. So we seem to be supporting from this daily order block, but this current daily candle has no wick on the low, and that normally is a very good draw on liquidity. Price usually, comes down and creates this bottom wick, either on the day or it can be, the following day. But it's normally a good draw on liquidity to look for lower prices in this case. Also, we have a previous day high SMT to pair this. So NQ and ES closed above previous day high, while YM failed to take it out. So that together has already formed a pretty good framework to look for sales today, especially into that no wick low that I have marked out right here. So pretty simple analysis. My bias for today is bearish. My invalidation of the bias would be if we invalidated the previous day high SMT. So if YM drove high and took out previous day high. When am I looking to trade? At 9 a.m. And where am I looking for a trade to happen? I wrote down, since all assets close above previous session high, then I'll be looking for a previous 90-minute high SMT at the open. So action plan today was low time frame bearish SMTs at the open. Yeah, so that was basically the plan for today. And literally, there was a previous 90-minute high SMT since here, since 10:45 a.m. And I was waiting for a change in state delivery, waiting, and we just kept on pushing higher and higher, and it never happened. And then we got this. So if we go here and go to the 15-minute chart, you can see that. As you can see, barely, but previous session high is right here. We took out previous session high, and YM didn't take out previous session high. So at midday, we created a new previous session high SMT, and we had a previous 90-minute high SMT. I had it marked out right here. So previous session high SMT, previous 90-minute high SMT, a previous day high SMT, and the no wick low that I've marked out here. So we got a change in state delivery on this candle, and I entered half risk. Why half risk? Because first of all, the target was very large. It was a 10-hour trade. But also, I recognize that this was outside my trading hours. I normally, my plan and my data is more geared towards the AM session, but this entry was at 12:40, so I also put in half risk because of that. Now, was that a good decision from me? I don't think so. I think that I should have just stopped trading for today and be done with it. But I saw this opportunity, and I really liked the whole setup, and I kind of convinced myself that half risk was, acceptable. But honestly, it wasn't, because if I don't have enough data backing this type of trade, then I shouldn't feel comfortable entering it. And sure enough, I entered it, and it went into drawdown. And what I feel in drawdown, I felt anxious. And that shows that I wasn't fully ready to accept this loss, so to speak. So I realized that I probably shouldn't have entered because of it being the PM session, and I normally trade just the AM session. So when price, after I had this pullback, went back down, and it went into profit right here, and I wanted to see us kind of displaced lower from here, but instead we got a big kind of like rejection wick. So I just saw this as an opportunity to get out, cut my losses short. I also I was gonna speak with a friend over the phone, and I couldn't be managing my position at the same time and speaking to him. So I decided to close my trade out at break even and just, recognize that I shouldn't have entered in the first place. And sure enough, this trade would have been a full loss right here. So it was good that I realized and I exited my position at break even, but honestly, I shouldn't have done that in the first place. So not really a good day for me in terms of building good habits. I'd say today is definitely a red day for me, because I didn't follow my plan, and I could feel that I wasn't following my plan. So simple thing about correcting this is that I just need to stick to what I know best, and if it's a trade that I don't feel comfortable risking my full size on, my normal size, then it's not a trade that I should be taking. And if it's not in my plan, then I shouldn't be taking it. So yeah, that's the outlook. We never came down and took out this no-wick low, so perhaps going into next week, if we start seeing some downwards price action, the no-wick low could be a target, or we could always just gap down over the weekend and take it out, which we've been doing quite often. So yeah, that's about it for this review. Hope this was insightful. Oh, I can show you the break even I took. So it was a $6.50 loss, which is literally just like fees and commissions. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.